Happy morning, students. So today we continue with the class chapter number 7, control and coordination. So today we are going to cover the topic human brain. How are these tissue protected? How does the nervous tissue cause actions? Last class we discussed about what is nervous system and what is the unit of nervous system in detail. So today we study about the parts of nervous system. The human nervous system consists of central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. So the central nervous system includes brain and the spinal cord, whereas the peripheral nervous system consists of cranial nerve and spinal nerve. Cranial nerve arising from the brain and spinal nerve arising from the spinal cord. So this will be the diagrammatic view of central nervous system, brain and the spinal cord. What does the peripheral nervous system do? So what does it function? Peripheral nervous system, it includes cranial and spinal nerves. What does it do? It connects the central nervous system to the organ, limb and skin, allow the brain and spinal cord to receive and send information to other areas of the body, carry sensory and motor information to and from the central nervous system, regulates involuntary body functions like heartbeat and breathing. So this will be the function of peripheral nervous system. Human brain. The brain is the main coordinating center in the human body. It is protected by the cranium. It is covered by a three-membrane called meninges filled with a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid which protects the brain from shocks. I repeat, brain is the main coordinating center. It is protected by the outer covering layer called cranium. Cranium is otherwise called as what? Skull. Yes. So it is covered by three membrane called meninges filled with a fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, which helps to protect the brain from the shocks. So parts of brain. Human brain is divided into three main parts based on the function and placement. So the three main parts are forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So forebrain is otherwise called as prosencephalon. Midbrain is otherwise called as mesencephalon and hindbrain is otherwise called as diencephalon. Okay, so this and all we studied in the life process. First we proceed with forebrain. So where it is located? It is located in the anterior part of the brain. It consists of the cerebrum and olfactory lobes. So what does it function? It helps to thinking part of the brain and controls the voluntary action. So what is our voluntary action? Like hand movements, we are walking, sitting. So this will be the voluntary actions. It controls touch, smell, hearing, taste, sight, mental activities like thinking, learning, memory, emotion, etc. I repeat, it controls touch, smell, hearing, taste and sight. So what and all is responsible for the sense organ is. And the mental activities like thinking, learning, memory and emotions. So it has region which receives sensory impulse from various receptors. Cerebrum. It is divided into two halves called cerebral hemisphere. They communicate via corpus callosum and cerebral cortex is the outer region of the cerebrum. Function of cerebrum. It helps in movement. It controls speech. It is responsible for sensory processing. It determines the intelligence of being. So this will be the part of cerebrum. Parts of cerebrum. Here it includes four types of the parts: frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe. So here the color denotes, right? Blue color denotes frontal, this pink color temporal, and this yellow color part represents parietal and green color part occipital. So this fully it is cerebrum part. So it divides into four lobes. So now we study in detail. Frontal lobe found under your head. Found under your forehead. Center of reasoning, planning, some parts of speech, movements, emotion, problem solving. So these are controlled by the frontal lobe. Parietal lobe found on the top of your head, receives sensory input from the skin like touch, pressure and temperature and pain. So this will be the parietal lobe. Occipital lobe found at the back of your head. Occipital means occi, eye. It denotes eye. So it receives input from the eye, often referred to as the visual cortex. Temporal lobe found on the sides of your head above your ear. Function includes speech perception, hearing, some types of memory. So next we study about midbrain. So midbrain is otherwise called as mesencephalon. Very good. So position where it is located below the cerebral cortex and above the hindbrain. So midbrain controls involuntary action and reflects movement of heads, neck, eyes, etc. So here the involuntary actions refers like heartbeat. It controls reflex movement of the body and hearing reflex. Hindbrain is otherwise called as diencephalon. Position it present at the back side of the brain. Parts it includes cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata. Okay, cerebrum is the part which is present in the forebrain. Cerebellum is the part which is present in the hindbrain. Cerebellum. It is otherwise called as little brain. So the position is located at the back side of head. Function, it controls the balance of a body and coordinates the voluntary movement of the body. So balance and posture. Okay, control the body movements, balance and posture. Pons varoli. Pons means bridge. So it is located above the medulla oblongata. The function, it controls sleep as well as the rate and pattern of breathing. So it controls the respiration process too. So this is how the human brain looks. So this will be the diagrammatic view of human brain. So the parts include cerebrum, cerebellum, your brainstem, pons varoli, medulla oblongata, corpus callosum. Here will be the ventricles, thalamus, and here pituitary glands and hypothalamus. Okay, so this will be the diagrammatic view of human brain. Medulla oblongata, it is the posterior part of the brain. Function, it controls automatic actions like breathing, heart rate, swallowing, blood circulation. So these will be the function of medulla oblongata. Spinal cord. So the spinal cord starts from the brain and extends through the vertebral column. It has 31 pairs of spinal nerves. It carries message to and from the brain. It also controls reflex action. Okay. So next topic, how are these tissue protected? So how these brain tissue protected? It is protected by the bony box called cranium. It is also called the skull. And also the membrane that surrounds the brain are filled with the cerebrospinal fluid, which is help in the shock absorber protecting the brain. Spinal cord, it acts as a vertebral column, commonly called as backbone, protects the spinal cord. How does the nervous tissue cause action? So when a nerve impulse reaches the muscle fiber must move by changing the shape. This is possible as muscle cell have special protein that change both the shape and arrangement in the cell in response to nervous electrical impulse. So this will be the nervous tissue cause action. Okay, this is how the nervous tissue cause action. So here we completed brain and nervous tissue cause action and how the tissue protected. Thank you.